Alright, let's get a few things straight. Friday. Everything is already finished. Everything is already complete, figured out, and has been just sent in, added, updated. Yeah. Now, I hate the ice. I hate it. I can't stand it. It has come to a point where I can't wait to change my tires. I should have changed them before, but I just didn't have time. And I have a car that is messed up, that I don't think can handle the roads, even before the ice came. Now the ice just basically blankets all over the road. Well, it's not just the ice, it's more slush that blankets all over the road. Now, not too long ago, I had a thought. I think I'm the only one looking at my videos now. Like, I think I had like a short time of excitement or something. Just people watching them over and over and over again, or someone, and okay, now you guys are bored with me. So I know that I'm not famous. I know I'm not beautiful. I'm not expecting myself to be anything more than this. But I know that I am smart. I know that there's some things I can keep up with, some things I can do. Other things I really don't give a damn about. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've come across is bullshit. Anyway. So, making sure that I can have kind of thumbnails coming in, just to prove a point. Now, I'm not much of a faker. But I know this. The only time someone should be fake is for Halloween, whether you're something scary or beautiful. And you hear that? That is the sound of the heat. It comes through, sometimes it blows, and the curtain strings, they start swaying against the glass. This is one of the journals I'm working on filling right now. I'm glad that I can multitask as well as I do. So far, gotten a fair amount put in. You know, nothing too lame, nothing too awful to put. And I had a few other thoughts to add to it, including one that will involve me just trying to think of how I'm going to do this now. Okay. I have a tattoo. I used to wear these when I was a kid. I absolutely love these. Okay? Halloween, some that were multicolored, some that were butterflies, stars. Not so much into the hearts, I'm sorry, but I'm not that girly. And, of course, like every girl, I had my crushes, my celebrity crushes, you know. Specifically, guys who had brown eyes, brown hair. You know, just typical stuff. Oh, and Shovelface doesn't count, because by the time he came into the picture, I was into something else. I had better stuff that I was into. Speaking of Shovelface, watching Twilight, the first one, I was curious, but I was more interested in, okay, Jacob Black is going to be in the second one, isn't he? I better check the book just in case. Because I saw that, it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be more to it, And then, of course, everyone is like, what the hell kind of vampires sparkle? I mean, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? Is he seriously sparkling like he's made of, like, diamonds in different parts of his skin, like pieces like a mosaic or something? What the hell? I was annoyed, okay, when I saw that. I was like, fucking hell. Okay, I like the idea that they each have powers, that they each have some ability that they can do that's been heightened, that was, inside of them deep down, and then it blossomed once they became vampires. I like that idea. I don't like the sparkly bit, because that's bullshit, and I do agree with another photo. I'm probably going to put it down here or something like this. Probably going to put it right here, or maybe over here. I don't know if I can find the photo onto here and put it in somehow and just like click. If I can find the right part to do it, then I'll do it. To me, this is the real vampire. He's from Nosferatu, an actual count. You can see the claws, the nose, and the way that he's hunchback. It's supposed to show some sort of deformity, like lack of sunlight, lack of nutrients, proper nutrients. This I'm just going to show off because I don't think anyone's going to be... Actually, no, you know what? I'm not going to put a photo of something I saw on Facebook about sparkly vampires, but I will show you stuff about Halloween that I just absolutely love since it's coming up. If you can read it, go for it. If you like it, save it, find it. I'm not going to leave any links because I'm not getting any views in this. If you see it, good. If you don't, okay. And this is because I work for the government. I'm showing this off. This is only because I work for the government that I know exactly what that is. And I know why it's so funny. I have a lot of other ones. They're a little bit more like smart alecky and, people who are smart. Because Halloween, of course, is still at the same time as voting. Most likely, whoever's watching this, if you're actually interested, you'll be able to find it on Google. Just go funny Halloween comics. That's all it is. A lot of these are just little excerpts and stuff that I found. This is the front part, Nosferatu. What you saw before was actually the shadow of him, and that's the real Nosferatu. That's the vampire the original vampire, I mean. I don't think anyone really understood why certain people do things, as a teenager. So, I've got this. I get nervous by people. Now I didn't give myself a limit of how many words to say, but I get nervous by certain people. Whether they're French, well, not all French, just certain people I get nervous around. I mean, I don't like walking into situations that I'm not, that, you know, like, there's already people there, and then, yeah, there's a seat there, but, you know, the person who I'm supposed to be there for, or sitting next to, or just to be with, is already talking to someone else, and, you know, and I'm just like, hi, should I come in, or should I leave, or, because to me, it's like, that's, okay, this is, not too good, hun, am I sitting in the right place, or should I be here, or should I go and eat someplace else, should I be someplace else? I've had those kind of thoughts, but this is a typical me. This has nothing to do with the relationships. Okay, believe me. Sometimes, actually no, the one time I wasn't nervous, I was a little bit upset, but not that much, because he was actually low enough, and I didn't realize till too late. Well, I realized then that, before that he was that low. I don't know why I spent so much time with him. I don't know why I actually allowed myself to, you know, be with him. I'd be standing there, he'd be sitting down next to a pretty young girl and flirting with her and looking up at me, you know, and kind of smiling, like, and then looking back at her and still asking her more questions. Where are you from? What can you do? You know, it's like, what do you do? What do you like to do? Do you like music? What music are you listening to? And I'm just standing there like, okay, so yeah, he's making conversation. I have to act like I've seen it before. I've seen plenty of things like this before. Especially with other guys I've dated, but, you know, that's like, whatever. Because I'm expecting one of those guys to already be engaged to her, but from what I'm hearing, they're both still single. And he pops up every now and then. I don't know why. This was high school. I've moved on. I mean, I'd rather date men than boys. This is just to get more thumbnails now that it's over 13. I will be busy today, which is why I'm doing this video now, to get it over with. Because I don't really, I'm gonna be busy, so I'm not gonna do another video or anything like that for a while. And this is mostly because I'll be visiting family. I know I just rambled on there, because I was having other thoughts in my head that were coming in, like, maybe I should talk about this, maybe I should talk about that. Maybe not, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe rain, maybe snow. I'm being annoying. I don't care, because I am trying to get more thumbnails, better thumbnails. Just because it's there. I don't understand a whole lot of people when they do certain things. I understand certain other people, like why they're fans of something, why they're excited for certain times of the year, why, you know, they would rather do one thing instead of another. I don't understand why they have to do certain things, like be so aggressive over something so minimal. No one's going to be watching this, so I'm going to do this as long as possible, just to prove a point. I nearly pressed X and close this whole thing, which means that it would have been nothing. I would have had to start all over again, and I don't think you want me to do that. Okay. If there are any real questions, I'm ready to listen, actually. One of the most annoying parts of this is that I know no one's going to be watching it. I know that no one's really going to care. Because, oh, look, here's a girl who's probably more fake than anything. Who's probably lying and a complete, neurotic, self-absorbed bitch. Not entirely true. One, I'm doing this for, I don't know, therapy, in a way. Last night, after work, my way of relaxing was watching movies on here. Well, not movies, videos. Fun videos. Scares and pranks and stuff like that. I've always loved America's Funniest Home Videos. Always. And I know that I'll probably be the only one in the family that will be into that for a long time. Now, my grandparents have been they went down to Ontario for a bit, mostly so that my grandfather could get his driver's license again. He could, take the test over again to make sure that he can still drive, and he can. I'm happy for that, because oh my gosh, he is strong. He's in his 80s right now, and he still drives in his 80s, and the only problem he has is breathing. Just breathing. Traditionally, being raised by my grandparents basically keeps me in traditions. I mean, traditionally it's normal for me to be raised by my grandparents, and I was. I wasn't spoiled. Okay, I've had a lot of things told about how they raised me. I was spoiled. They were too soft on me. They were too hard on me. They didn't let me lead my own life. They didn't let me make my own decisions, make my own mistakes. They didn't, what was the other thing? They let me get away with anything. They didn't let me do, I don't know. They didn't teach me proper discipline. Well, I wake up and I stay awake from 4:50 in the morning to 10, 11 o'clock at night. Okay? A little bit of endurance, coffee. I love coffee. Absolutely adore it. I mean, I think right now I kind of do have a relationship with coffee, but more with YouTube and my music. Sorry, I'm kind of cheating on 3 things right now. With YouTube, music, and coffee. Oh God, that's my life. I ain't gonna put myself out there, say that I'm looking for someone special. I'm too smart for shit like that. Although, I do believe in true love. I believe that my true love is out there. I believe that he exists, and that we won't end up together unless we're totally ready. Like, we'll meet once we're both completely ready for a seriously committed, crazy relationship, because you would have to be nuts to fall in love with me. I'm patient, okay? I don't mind gamers. I don't mind guys who would rather watch movies all day. I don't mind guys who are into hiking, fishing, whitewater rafting, into cowboys, or into wanting to become a vet. There's so many different kind of guys out there that just I'd be okay with how they are. Although they would have to be more of a guy than me. This coming from a girl who was raised by mostly her grandfather. Trucks, country music, dad's rock and roll. He had a different style. He used to listen to AC/DC, Metallica. A little bit of Metallica, he said. That he was into that generation of rock and roll that was hitting the charts like that. All because, well, that was his style. He also had a motorcycle. Totally awesome. One day, I am saving up for a motorcycle, as well as saving up for Christmas. I know it's early, but then again, I'm one of those girls that can't help but shop. I mean, if only you could see, if only you could notice. Okay, you seeing? Got here, showing you there. These I actually got for like $4.50. It didn't cost me like $100 or anything like that. See how they look? They're cool. I wanted to buy more of him. See? Because he is scary. And I am not afraid of spiders. This is my part of Canada. This is where I work. You are where my view is every day, morning till the afternoon. I got used to it. And because it's Friday, I'm not worried about someone coming in or popping up. So quiet. Everyone else is getting things ready, taking the afternoon off. Especially with the snow. It's a good thing you can't see it. I'm pretty sure that other places is much nicer. You know, it looks more like Winter Wonderland instead of a, we live this close to the South Pole or the North Pole. It's funny. By the way, this is my favorite sweater. And yes, it has holes. Holes from walking with a backpack that had like stuff sticking out of it, and walking up the hill, and it just kept scratching. I didn't notice because I had my iPod on at the time, so I had no idea that I was actually ruining this. But this actually became my lucky sweater. Oh, and just so you know, I'm actually losing weight, so trust me on it. And Now you're at the viewpoint of the client. Daily life of working in an office. Everything else gets done first, and then I do my own thing. I'm not going to do any tutorials. I know what it'll look like. I ain't going to change. Not for any particular reason, unless I get asked to. And since I only have like 5 subscribers, and none of them have ever talked to me or said, well, one said something. 1, 2 people, no, yeah, just the one had comments, and that was nice. So it was like, okay, I'm not the only one who's had to deal with this shit. I'm glad. I cannot wait for tonight. Can't wait to hang out with my grandparents. I haven't seen them in over a week. So it'll be nice to, you know, kind of get back to the way we were before. Oh, these are handmade. Except for the obvious stuff, you know, like the beads and that. But these were made by a native woman. And she's local. So, yeah. I sort of live on a reserve. You know, I'm not part of the res or anything like that. I'm not ghetto. I'm not that kind of ghetto. Because the stuff I had to deal with was basically more higher up, like pressure. You know, having that kind of bullying where just, you know, you don't fit in anywhere. I'm white, but I have native blood in me. I don't speak. I have an obvious English Canadian accent. But I've traveled so much that I have lost my native tongue. I've lost my first language, which was Cree. I'm used to not fitting in anywhere. I went through high school not fitting in anywhere. All what I'd want to do is write my stories, read books, watch movies. I mean, I've had one roommate who would get mad at me, saying, "Oh, you don't do any homework. All what you do is write your silly stories all the time." She was mad. When in truth, I did homework. I studied. I did work hard. And I did pass quite a bit of my classes. Other ones I couldn't focus. That were not easy. And were not easy for me to keep up with. It's mostly because they're in the morning. And when you have a teacher that's like the devil in a dress, then, well, that's her nickname, then there's no point in passing it. There was only a few in the class at that time that passed it, to actually tell you the truth. 1 or 2, tell you the truth. I mean, one, I think, was a close pass. You had to be in the 80s in this class. In the 80s or the 90s. In order to completely pass the class in the course. And I hated that. And I hated that year, that semester. Because that was a major, major class. And she made it hard. I've got long, dark hair. I don't believe in the stereotypes. I can be cold sometimes, but for certain reasons. One of the first things I would want to know about a guy is if he likes dogs. Because I love dogs. I grew up with dogs. And as for the whole being spoiled thing, the only thing I really asked Santa for, or asked my grandparents for my birthday, or for Christmas and that, was a dog. That's it. We should have more dogs. And then my second apartment. No, wait. I'm trying to think. Was it my second or my first? I think it was my second apartment. My second apartment. I had gotten a budgie. He was blue and was very sweet. He was playful, and I got him to sing. I got him to sing a lot, you know? And sometimes he would even, well, he kind of liked pretending to talk. That was who he was. That was Gil for you. Yeah, I named him Gil. It's supposed to be, kind of like Gilbert Grissom from one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I don't know. I mean, I kind of made a connection, like, birds like bugs. Gilbert Grissom likes bugs. Well, he studies bugs. He's really into them. And so, Gil it was. I was one of those kind of girls. I made him a whole bunch of stuff to, like, climb all over the place. He loved climbing. I gave him a mirror, and then I took it away because he wouldn't stop making out with it. So yeah, long video, no one's gonna watch it. I don't think anyone's gonna be interested. But for those of you who actually are watching this video, thank you so much. And for staying all this time until the end, thank you so much. If you're watching it drunk, okay. Trying to see if I'll get prettier. Doesn't matter to me. Have a great weekend.